Next topic, which is called Replace Chaos with CXaaS, the key to customer delight. We have Mr. Saksham Munshi, the lead product manager from Acefone. A quick intro about him. Well, he's a part of the product team at Acefone, where he works at the intersection of technology and customer experience. With hands-on experience of close to a decade in cloud communication products, spanning voice, messaging, and integrations, he collaborates with business to design practical, impactful solutions. Well, he's had a strong track record of translating complex requirements into scalable features that drive results. So let's welcome Mr. Saksham Munshi, lead product manager from Acefone, to take over the stage, please. Let's give it up, guys. Let's have a big round of applause. A very warm welcome, and over to you.
Thank you for the introduction, team. I mean, it's been inspiring to see and learn from the industry experts. Yes, and I mean, it's about finding new ways of improving the customer experience. I mean, ultimately, it's the customers that we all work for, correct? So I'll quickly, because we're short of time, it's lunchtime, and probably all are hungry right now. So I'll quickly jump onto the topic, which is replace chaos with customer experience as a service. Well, we all are speaking of that over the past few years, business have started using multiple channels of communication. I mean, earlier it used to be voice, then we came the email, then came the SMS, then, I mean, currently as well, we see voice bots coming into picture, right? I mean, all of this, probably they're using multiple tools for this, to manage these channels. So what it creates is, it creates the complexity. When I say complexity, that is the term what we put here, that is chaos. For the agents who's handling these conversations and the customers who are expecting consistency across these channels. I mean, imagine you raise a support query through a WhatsApp channel and probably you follow up on an email, then jump onto a voice channel just to repeat yourself. I mean, that gets frustrating, right? I mean, this is something which I hope everyone has experienced in some part of their life. So this presentation, I'll walk you through what is the major challenges that we see in the market and how we are addressing them at the Acefone. So before I jump on to the solutions part, let's understand the depth of the problem. So we have some publications from different organizations that were posted. What it says that if we look at from the customer's perspective, it says that 70% customers expect personalized experience. What they assume that is that you already have the context to what their previous conversations were. I mean, probably their previous purchases as well. But only 26% says they actually feel that it actually happens. That's the level of problem that we're facing right now. When it comes to agent experience, we see that agents are not having the right tools to have those personalization. Probably they have to jump from one CRM to another, or probably they're having different tools to navigate here and there. And that's the problem we're seeing. I think there is some mistake in the presentation. But again, I'll speak on the brand's perspective as well. So we see that there is a number that is being not presented here. We said that number alone says that customer experience is not a function anymore. It's basically impacts your reputation, your retention rate, and probably your revenue as well. So, I mean, that's the problem we see that's there. If I break down the problems, we see that we have disconnected tools. So we see that businesses are having multiple tools for different functions of the organization. Probably they're having cloud telephony from a separate vendor. They're having WhatsApp from a separate vendor. They're using a separate ticketing tool, or probably they're having a different CRM as well. So, I mean, these are also not natively integrated that we see. Most of them are not natively integrated. Hence, the data does not flow from one tool to another. Then we speak of fragmented touch points. When we say fragmented touch points, when there is no central visibility, so it comes on to that, I mean, it's hard to track the customer's journey across these channels. So, I mean, that's the problem we are facing right now, and that compromises the experience of the customer as well. When we speak of AI, I mean, all of us have been speaking of AI, and I mean, we see that it is not being actually implemented in the right context. We see that people are still experimenting with it. We said very few businesses have actually implemented it for the agents to help them on the real-time basis. That's the problem landscape. And also, if we speak of the 6+ utilization, so we see that agents are currently moving from one platform to another. That's the interesting figure to note, right? And probably during the live conversation, they're feeling that they have to jump from one platform to another. What it leads to is it leads to delayed response, it leads to frustration of the customers, and probably this relates to a burnout as well. So that's what it's speaking of. What we are seeing now is, we're seeing that there is a shift in the market. We're seeing that it is not only about digital channels, it is about how we connect them and how we automate them. So on the left-hand side, you see that these are the traditional models that were available, and on the right-hand side, you see the new technologies that has been emerging. Together, this forms the foundation of customer experience as a service. Well, Gartner has now retermed it into OCP, which is Omni-Channel Conversation Platforms. So again, this is something which we see a rise in the market, and we see that this is the future as well. Again, we see the evolution of agent experience as well. So currently, today, they're manually switching from one mode to another. And tomorrow, it will be unified integration screens, wherein all the context would be at one place. They will be having the real-time analysis. They will be having the real-time insights to help the customers much better. And also, this would be powered by AI. Since the AI is evolutionizing, but again, we see that it will take some time, but we see that tomorrow it will definitely happen. From channels to experience, if I may say, so generally customers don't care whether they are, initiating a chat, whether they are coming on from a voice channel. What they basically believe is that their issue gets resolved swiftly and smoothly. That's where we see that. It's not about creating isolated channels. It is basically creating those automations, those connected experience, so that agent also has the visibility on what to speak to the customer. So it is about designing the experience. It is not just about the responses. Well, clearly we believe that CX needs something which is driving this. CX needs a brain and a spine. So brain to make those intelligent decisions, and a spine to connect those workflows according to what you believe will make customer delight. That is where we see the transition. This is basically why I am here for. So we have a platform called ACEX, which unifies all these touch points and give you the clear context on a single screen. It unifies things for you, and it basically helps the agents improve their efficiency and make quality service. And apart from it, we have dialer services within this platform. We have assistants which is helping the real agents on the real-time basis. And we have bots as well, in case you want to have that workflow in place. We see a transition, and we see that this is something which will help to improve the customer experience. Well, we have also been working on AI initiatives, which basically are in the three segments that we're working on. One is the post-call summarization. So what we believe is that it will help solve the problem of audit cases. It will help them have the context in place, wherein, currently if you see, it is very hard to audit those calls manually. So it is basically the AI that will help you to summarize those things. It will give you the key points, and it will also give you the insights on it, right? Then we have agent assistance, which is basically helping the agents on the real-time basis. Then we have sales agent to do. So, these are the basic key points that agents can speak to the customers while they're on the real-time conversation. So our platform is basically structured into 4 different components. So we have product called Interaction Sub, then we have Contact Center Studio, then we have API Connect, then we have Outreach. So interaction sub is something which unifies these digital channels and gives you the single unified screen. Then we have contact center studio, which is voice heavy. When it comes to auto dialer, predictive dialer, this is something which is helpful for the users and the customers. And when it comes to integrations, we have a complete suite of API. And in case you want to put down the data from our platform to an external tool, all fetch the data from external tool, the platform, that is where API Connect comes into place. Then we have outreach. Outreach is basically reaching out to the mass audience. It could be voice, it could be SMS. So these are the main product categories that we serve in ASEX, and it depends on the use cases that you want. I mean, the platform is same, it is just the configuration change. Well, we have talked about the capabilities. I mean, these capabilities are driving real results for us. So over the span of past 6 months, we have seen that while speaking to the customers, it has made a major impact. We see that 40% there is an increase in the agent productivity. We see that 25% we have reduced the agent handling time. That is the average handling time. And one of the key primary KPI which contact center looks, the CSAT improvement, that has also been improved a lot. So, I mean, this number is not only for the Indian market, since we serve across the globe. So we have calculated and we have analyzed the data from both the markets. Well, there are 3 key points why we need it now. Because we see that AI is evolving, right? It is something which would be helpful for the platforms to gain the insights and help the users. And I mean, we see that customer workforce, customer experience teams are currently sitting across different locations. They are hybridly working. So we see that this is something which would unify them and help them to create something which would delight the customers. Again, compliance are also getting stricter day by day. We have, the customer service experience managers, they look for ROI from this compliance. So that is where we see that there is a pressure coming up from the management as well. Lastly, this is something which we have recently introduced. So you all must be having an idea of how the WhatsApp chat support system works, and wherein we reach out to the Meta, and we were the earlier providers which gained access to this. So what it does is, it is something which give you an extent to chat, wherein your agent can call to the customer directly from the button, and your consumer can also reach out to you from there. So it is something, we have created a small demo for you. If you go and scan this QR code, you will be redirected to an Acefone business account. From there, you will see on the top right hand corner, there is a call button. If you call on that button, you'll see that IVR getting played, and it will be routed to the agents that we are speaking. So any workflow that you imagine in a voice channel, that can be done on this mini contact center. So I will take a pause moment here so that you can have a QR code scanned. Thank you. Thank you, team.
Sir, I request you to kindly stay back and request Mr. Badrinath from Boeing to kindly join us on stage to hand over the token of appreciation.